So let's define a variable named isMoney in savings account as Boolean and initialize its value to true. So in this case, the Boolean value is the expression. If isMoney in savings account is equal to true, then execute the code that outputs the text I have money to the console screen. So let's test this. Okay, the result is as expected, and the if statement evaluates the expression and the expression is true. So the code outputting the text I have money to the screen is run. And here's a basic program flow diagram to show a pictorial representation of the logic of our if statement. The top shape represents the starting point, i.e. where the logic begins. The arrows denote the direction of the flow of logic. The diamond shape represents a decision, in which there are two alternatives, true or false. The rectangle shape represents processing, in this case the code that outputs text to the console screen. And the shape at the end represents the termination of our logic, i.e. the end of our logical flow. As you can see, the start and end of the logic is represented by the same shape. So now if we force the expression to be false by changing the initialization code of the isMoney in savings account from true to false, let's test what happens. And the line of code that outputs text I have money to the screen does not run. Therefore, there is no output written to the console screen. We can use the not operator denoted by the exclamation symbol to negate the Boolean expression. So the isMoney in savings account is true, but if we implement the not operator, the code reads if not isMoney in savings account equals true. So let's insert the exclamation mark symbol just before the isMoney in savings account variable in our if statement and test the code. You can see that the line of code within the if statement does not run, and therefore there is no output to the console screen. And if we change the initialization code of our isMoney in savings account variable, we create a double negative in our if condition, which means the expression becomes true and the line of code outputting the appropriate text is run. Now what if we want to exclusively run specific code when the if condition returns false and exclusively run specific code when the if condition returns true? We can simply add an else statement like this. So let's create the code that outputs appropriate text to the screen when the if condition is false. And let's test our code. So you can see that the if condition is true, so the text I have money is outputted to the screen. Let's change the isMoney in savings account variable's value to false when it is initialized, which means our if condition will be false and run the code within the else part of the if-else statement. Let's test this. And the result is as expected. So the Boolean variable isMoney in savings account is false, which means there is no money in our savings account. So the code that outputs I have no money to the console screen is run. If you feel you have gained value from viewing this tutorial, please hit the thumbs up icon and please subscribe. If you have already subscribed, please hit the bell icon to be notified of future content, which will be coming soon. I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you.